It doesn't matter what your specific person is doing or saying in the 3D. Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome back to my channel. This is Priya, your manifestation coach. And in this video, I'm going to share with you why it is irrelevant what your SP is doing or saying in the 3D whilst you are manifesting the version of them that you desire. But first, if you would like to get coached by me, I offer an online course, Manifest Your SP Mastery, where I show you step by step how to manifest your specific person. I also offer one-on-one coaching to help you manifest anything that your heart desires. And finally, I also offer monthly membership coaching. This is where you can get live coaching with me on a weekly basis to really stay on top of your manifestation game. You can get access to any of these offerings by simply clicking the link below in the description box. Okay, let's get back to this video. Why what your specific person is doing or saying in your 3D reality is absolutely irrelevant. Now, the reason why I made this video is because I have been getting a lot of comments from you guys in the comment section asking me about what do I do if SP said this to me in the 3D? What do I do as my specific person told me that they're not ready for commitment or that they want a break or that they're not in love with me? What do I do, Priya? And my answer is always going to be the same. It is irrelevant. What your SP is saying to you or doing in the 3D whilst you're manifesting the ideal version of them is irrelevant. And here's why. The only question that you should be asking yourself in the 3D is, who am I being in this moment? Are you being the version of you that has your specific person, or are you being the version of you that doesn't? That's the only thing that matters. Who are you being in this moment? So let's say that you're manifesting a committed relationship with your specific person. They told you that they want nothing to do with you and that they hate you. And so you're affirming, you're thinking as if you're the version of you that has your specific person. You're affirming, me and my specific person are in a happy, committed relationship. They love me. I'm always prioritized. I'm always chosen. And you're really saturating your subconscious mind with this story. Okay. And in the 3D, maybe your specific person contacted you and told you, hey, I want to come collect my stuff and I want nothing to do with you. Now, what most people do when this happens is that they'll start to panic. Oh my God, it's not working. It's not working. SP told me that they don't want anything to do with me, although I've been affirming. This is a trap because the only thing that matters when you're experiencing the opposite in your 3D reality is, who are you being in this moment? Are you choosing to be the version of you that is already in a loving, committed relationship with your SP or not? That's the only thing that matters. How do you choose to be the version of you that has your manifestation when you're seeing the opposite in your 3D reality? That is when you whip out your affirmations. That's why you have your affirmations, right? So that you can think as if you're the version of you that already has your specific person. That's when you begin to affirm, well, specific person loves me. They can't get enough of me. Me and my specific person are in a happy, committed relationship. I'm always prioritized. I'm always chosen. I am perfect exactly the way that I am. That is exactly the time when you want to whip out your affirmations so that you are identifying as the version of you that already has your manifestation, regardless of what they are saying or not saying or doing or not doing in the 3D. You have to understand that the way they are showing up in your 3D reality right now is the result of your past dominant thought patterns. In order to manifest the version of them that you prefer, you have to begin to think as if you're the version of you that has your specific person. You have to begin to instill new thought patterns that imply your end so that these new thought patterns become dominant within you. Remember that when you saturate your subconscious mind with a new story that implies your end, and this new story becomes dominant within you, dominant meaning you're telling the new story more than you're telling the old story, your subconscious mind must always produce proof of this to you in your 3D reality. This is when you'll manifest the version of your specific person that you desire. It is always on you. So when your specific person says something to you in the 3D that is the opposite of what you want to hear, or does something that is the opposite of what you want whilst you're manifesting the ideal version of them, it is your job not to give a fuck, quite literally. From the understanding that the only thing that matters in this moment is who are you choosing to be? Are you choosing to identify with the version of you that already has it or not? Every time you complain about the opposite or you're bitching and whining about the opposite, you are confirming to your subconscious mind that you don't have your manifestation. You're telling your subconscious mind, yeah, SB hates me, SB doesn't love me, SB doesn't want me, I'm not good enough, or whatever it is that you're affirming. You are confirming this to your subconscious mind. Now, I don't want you to freak out and think, oh my God, I have to be perfect, shit. That's not my message here, because I want you to remember that it's your dominant thoughts that manifest, right? So you don't have to be perfect. Forget about that. But what I am saying is that you want to be aware of when you're reacting or when these negative stories come up. Once you're aware of it, then you can do something about it. And all you need to do is self-correct yourself in that moment. So when you notice the negative story, don't judge yourself or condemn yourself. That's not what you want to do. Instead, you simply want to redirect it to the new story. You want to come back to the end and affirm your new story. It is as simple as that. That's all you want to do. When you do this, you're making your new story that implies your end the dominant story within you. So don't freak out if you do react to the opposite in your 3D reality. If your specific person does say something to you that you don't want to hear, or they do something to you that is unfavorable, and you react, that's okay that you react. We are human. Okay, we are going to be triggered about shit. Being triggered is not the issue here. It's now that you're triggered, what do you choose to do about that trigger? How fast do you bring yourself back to being the version of you that already has your manifestation? That's the only thing that matters. Okay. Remember that when you're triggered, it's as simple as you accept the emotion of the trigger that's coming up, but you reject the story. You do not identify as the version of you that doesn't have your manifestation, right? You don't go down that rabbit hole of, oh my God, SB hates me, SB doesn't love me now, I'm not going to get my manifestation. No. You can be triggered, but you don't let your trigger tell you who you are. You can still identify as the version of you that is in a happy, committed relationship with your specific person, although you're feeling triggered. And although you're feeling angry or you're feeling sad, you absolutely express those emotions. Never suppress emotions. Remember, you accept the emotion, but you're rejecting the story that says, oh, SB hates me, SB doesn't love me. Okay, the two different things here. You never suppress the emotion, you accept it. You're just not letting your trigger tell you who you are. So you can still feel all the emotions, but you're not letting your trigger tell you who you are. This is where your true power lies. This is when you're really practicing being the I am consciousness, being the operant power of your reality. So it doesn't matter if you're triggered or if you react. The question is, are you going to do something about it? What most people do when they're triggered and when they react is they don't do something about their trigger. They just continue to mull in the trigger. They bitch, complain, and whine about why it's not working or why SP's an asshole, etc., which keeps them stuck in the same old reality. You don't want to do that, okay? When you catch yourself reacting to your SP saying something mean or horrible, something that you don't want to hear, it's okay to have a human moment where you're feeling triggered. That's okay. But you want to be aware of what's going on. You want to understand that in this moment, your only job is to come back to being the version of you that has your manifestation. Meaning you accept the emotion, you allow yourself to feel it, but you reject the story behind that trigger, right? Because there is a negative story. The only reason why you're feeling triggered is because there's a negative story going on right now that you have bought into, right? A negative story that says, oh my God, this isn't working. SP doesn't love me. Look, he hates me. He doesn't want to be with me. That's the only reason why you're feeling that trigger, right? Trigger is an indicator of you thinking a negative story. So in the present moment, what you want to do is feel the emotion, allow yourself to feel that trigger, but you reject the story that says, SP hates me, SP doesn't love me, I'm not good enough. You don't identify with that. So you can still be feeling angry or upset, but still know, because from the I am, you can still know that you are the version of you that has your specific person, that you're in a happy, committed relationship. From your I am consciousness, from being the operant power of your reality, of God of your reality, that knowingness transcends the trigger. And again, you're not suppressing the emotion, you're actually expressing it, but you're not letting the trigger tell you who you are. So, whatever your specific person is doing or saying in the 3D whilst you're manifesting them is completely irrelevant. You don't let it tell you who you are. You continue to stand firm as being the version of you that is living in the end, that is in a committed relationship with your SP, or that is married to your SP, or where your SP is being super affectionate with you. Whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, you stand firm in this knowingness with conviction, no matter what your SP is doing or saying in the 3D. And that's the whole point of this work, right? The whole point of this work is when your specific person is showing up as the opposite in your 3D reality, are you able to think greater than the way they are showing up in your 3D reality? That's the whole point of this work. Otherwise, there is no point to it. You have to be able to think greater, and you train yourself to do this, right? You train yourself to be able to think greater than what they are saying or doing in the 3D. That is you staying faithful to your end. That is you committing to being the version of you that has your specific person. When you do this, when you continually choose to be the version of you that has your manifestation, no matter what your specific person is doing or saying in the 3D, you will very quickly manifest the version of your specific person that you desire. I want to remind you, this isn't about being perfect. This isn't about never thinking a negative thought. You can have negative thoughts. You can be triggered. But my question to you is, what are you doing when you catch the negative thought? What are you doing when you are feeling triggered? Are you doing something about it to bring yourself back to being the version of you that has your manifestation? That is the only thing that matters. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for being here. I love you. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful day or a wonderful evening. Mwah.